What's going on YouTube? It's Dom, aka KT2, coming back at you guys for another video. I wasn't really sure if I was going to shoot this one, but I figured since it was on my mind, I might as well talk about it. And what I want to talk about is kind of like the captain difference, right? Like kind of, the expectations of captains, especially at like a staff level. I think I was talking to so in my shop, kind of like the way it's set up is there's 3 captains right now, and I was the 3 OIC for like 4 or 5 months, but it wasn't supposed to be me. It's supposed to be a post command aviator because I'm in an aviation support battalion, right? So we have a new captain. I love this guy. I won't say his name, obviously, but I love this guy. This guy's super smooth, super cool cap. And I was talking to him, and one of the things we were just talking about is like the difference between like lieutenants and captains and the expectations. And the expectations of a captain versus a lieutenant, obviously they're different, but I don't think like you have to be perfect like a major. I think majors are expected to kind of like know everything. I think major is probably the hardest rank in the military. A major, because that is that subtle difference, that jump between like room for error and not so much room for error. You're expected to know things that you may actually not know. I think that's pretty funny. But captains, we're talking about the captain difference, right? Captains, I know at our shop, in the way like me and the 3, well, we're all the 3s, so we're like the three threes. I kind of like that, triple threes, the triple threat. Anyway, all of us, we're expected to kind of like give you a task and then put you on your own, and then you handle it like a big boy. Whereas lieutenants, you're kind of expected to guide and run them around and kind of show them how things are done. Especially like big orders and big op orders. I know I've written so many op orders in that shop. I've written like 2 or 3, and I remember like thinking as a lieutenant, like there's no way. I remember being like a true AS3, right? Right now I'm like an AS3, but if you think about our shop as like a car, right? There's a transmission, there's an engine, then there's like a steering wheel, right? You can think of like the 3 OIC, you could think of like the 3, him as like the guy I was talking about. You could think of him as like the steering wheel, the guidance, the vision. You could think of me as like the engine, right? And then you could think about the other guys like the transmission, right? Our shop, the way that's kind of how I saw it. That's kind of how I see it right now. Like you can't go anywhere if you don't have a driver, right? You don't have a steering wheel. You're not really going anywhere. And then you can't really do anything if you don't have the engine, like that pushing force. And then the last guy, it can't really go anywhere if the ride's so extremely uncomfortable. That's kind of how like I see it and how I envision it. I don't know how anybody else, I don't know how they see it, but that's kind of how I see the shop. But the expectations of a captain, they're a lot different. No, they're not a lot different. They're just a lot more grown up, right? I remember there were times where I thought like, man, I wish I was still a lieutenant. But I kind of like being a captain, and I think that I thought those feelings because I didn't want that increased responsibility at times, and that's just being real, and it's straight from the heart. Like there's times that, I was like, doggone, do I really want to be responsible for this? But then at times I was like, oh, I get to be responsible for this, It's a change on how you view and how you interact with different things. It truly is a change. And I think that, it's just like growing pains, growing stuff. So again, to talk about like the differences between like a captain and a lieutenant, to summarize it all up, it's really just expectations. A lot of it's expectations. Same job, because captains and lieutenants can fill some of the same jobs at a staff level. But it's really the expectations and the competency level from lieutenant to captain. That's it, guys. You guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you guys hit me up on Snapchat at KLOP95, Instagram at KIDTHNER2. And like I always like to say at the end of all my videos, don't live the same year 75, 80, 85, 90 times and then try and call it a life. My name is Dom, aka KT2, and I'm out here, guys. Peace.